This is a garden trowel. I think most gardeners have one of these. So if you don't have one, I recommend it because you can use this to dig up, the soil if you're going to plant a small plant, or you can use this for weeding and it works great. I got a question a while back. Someone was asking, a viewer that is, um, he or she was wondering if this is all that I needed to use to pull out the Oxalis weed, or was this something that I only use? I can't remember the question exactly, but basically, she wasn't sure, or he wasn't sure that this is all that I was using. And it is true, this is all that I was using all that time. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to be pulling out the oxalis weeds. You're going to get most of it, if not all of it. And I will show you why I am saying most of it, because this weed is a triple threat. So let's go ahead and start pulling out that weed. All right, let's start by giving you an overview of this oxalis weed patch right here. What is important to know is that this weed has both an underground rhizome and a runner. So what that means is it can spread itself underground, and it spreads, like outwardly. So you can see that it looks like it is spreading in this direction. So because of that, we're going to have to take, dig very carefully. So let's go ahead and start. So we are assuming it is running this way, just by the pattern of it. I could be wrong, but it looks like it may be the case. What do you think? It almost goes in a snake-like. It goes there, comes back this way, and goes around that way. I hope you can see that, right? All right, let's go ahead and start digging. All right, I'm going to start here first, and we'll make our way this way. Well, this looks like it's a different plant. I do not have my glasses, so I'm not able to see very well. So these will just pull out. All right, so the oxalis starts here. So it looks like there are more of them here, and it's making its way out. So we're going to rein it back to the center. All right, so I try to focus on where the canopy of the plant is, and I start digging from there and then making my way out there. Now, I just learned this recently. Usually I just go like right there, but I think I've learned better since pulling out weeds. Go where the canopy is, just in case there are roots just spreading outward. All right, so I can loosen that up. Then the ground is moist like this, it's easier. So do you see this? This is all them. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. It's just one plant. And look at that craziness. All right, so I'm going to hang this on this rock right here. All right, so we got that. So let's go. Keep going. Oh, I don't know if you could hear, but I could hear that I missed some. And that's a thing with this, because it's a Oh, that did not sound good because it spreads by a runner and a rhizome. And we'll go and talk about it spread by seeds later. Look at that. So that's why you can't just pull it out. Just by pulling it out, you're going to miss all these roots. All right, I don't know if you can see that. All right, do you see this? Oh my goodness. Crazy, right? So that's why it is important to dig for these roots. Otherwise, you're going to break off some of the roots, and guess what's going to happen? They're just going to come back. I don't know specifically, how bad you have to break it or how well you have to get all the roots for them to not produce anymore, but it's scary that how long the root system is underground. So imagine if I didn't get to here, we would be seeing Oxalis all the way over here. And I'm pretty sure there are some more. I don't know what that is. So we're going to assume that that is over. Let's focus on this one right here. So we're going to gently do it because we know that it's going to be going in this direction and maybe somewhat here. Oh my gosh, I could feel it. It's a possibility it could be the rosemary here too. Yeah, it looks like this is from the rosemary. I hope. Yeah. I'm going to assume this is the rosemary because it does not look, it's not as wispy. Although this one is suspect, so. All right, I think this is part of it right here. I could hear the crunchiness. I hope you can hear from your end. Look at this. And I know some of you are saying that I'm shaking the soil. Might not be good, and you are correct. So I shouldn't be doing that because I could leave some of the root system behind like this. And, for sure, I'm not sure if it's from the rosemary or not, but we'll assume this is from this Oxalis. Isn't that crazy? You only saw a little bit of it. And how is that possible, right? Right, I don't think this is Oxalis. This is a different root system, but it's a weed too. All right, so this is Oxalis. All right, do you see this? Hopefully it feels like it's the rosemary, but we're not for sure. I don't know if it would come this far. And it's not attached. See that? It's not attached to, I don't think I nicked it. So, well, could be. I could have nicked it. So, yeah, I don't think this is Oxalis. So, we'll put it that way. Let's see. This is more like them. See that? All attached. I need my kneeling pad for this because I'm sitting here for a while. All right. Is that a worm? Oh. All right, I feel something right here. All right, this is not it. This is. I think this is the rosemary. But this is them. We mentioned that it's snaking through this way. That's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna go where the end of the canopy is. It should be right here, but I'm gonna go a little bit farther out. You can hear the crisp of the. There's a worm. You see that? Oh my goodness, right? Look at that. No. Hopefully you can see it on camera. Look, I could be breaking some of these. Look at that. This one, I have to go deeper. When I dig with a trowel, for some reason, it just makes, I could kind of sense, and I have more, I guess, autonomy, is that how you say it? You can feel your way through the roots. All right. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you that one later. So, the soil's a little wet, so you get a lot of soil that comes with it. This too. All right, this is a different weed. I think the best is for you to wait when the ground is a little bit drier so you don't get a lot of soil with your roots. All right, so this is a different weed too. Don't know what kind of weed that is. It's a different weed. Oh, I broke some. It's a different weed. Look at how deep I have to go down. Look at that. That. All right, here's another one. It's a smaller one, but don't let that deceive you because there could be, and here it is. The bad thing is you can't tell if it's from a different root system, if it's attached to this or something else, but this is for sure it. Yeah, this looks like it's from this yarrow. Let's keep going. Yeah, this is from the yarrow. I wish the soil wasn't this. Although you can pull it out easily, it's kind of, because it's clay soil, it's kind of hard. I don't know if this is from this yarrow right here or something else, but we'll take them all out. These guys here, let's see. You can see it goes in this direction. For certain weeds, it's easier when it's wet like this, it's moist like this. But since these guys, their root systems are pretty delicate, it's probably better when it's a little less moist. Or if you know it's growing like a gravel area, it would be so much easier to pull these out. Because we have clay soil, everything gets attached. And sometimes when you have been doing this for a while, you get sloppy. Like right now, I'm like, I don't want to keep doing this. Just keep at it. I know weeding is tedious, but it's something that, you know, it's important to do too. Especially for a weed like this that can spread on you very quickly. Look how little this is. And look at the root system. I think sometimes I want to say it also has a taproot, but we'll just go with the fact that it has a rhizome. Underground root system that shoots up a new plant. Is this one? Another one right here? I don't know which direction this is going. Look at that. All right, I think we are good with this patch. So we're going to cover the ground back and we will revisit this together maybe in a month or so. We'll see if we have any more oxalis growing from this area we just dug up, or we just weeded, because more likely we did not get all of it, but I think we got most of it. Like fine roots that I could not dig up. It's just, you know, there's just so many of them. So I'm thinking that I might get a few here and there, but the important thing is just to keep at it. You might need to do it one more time, two more times, hopefully not more than 3 times. Now, here's the thing with this weed. It is very hard to eliminate it from our garden, not because we are not doing a great job, it's because, as mentioned, it spreads by an underground rhizome, also by a runner, but it also spreads by seeds. And the way that the seeds spread, it is crazy. They have seed pods which look like okra seed pods, and when they are ready to spread, either by wind or you touching it, it will burst, like it will spread like all around. I don't know how far it goes, and that is why it is so hard to control it. It could be in my garden here, it could be growing out in our lawn, and it will be setting seeds that I am not aware of. It could be from our neighbor, it could be from anywhere, and who knows how far that it spreads. And just imagine, it could be the wind could help it spread as well. So that is why it is hard to control this weed. It is not your fault. You're not doing anything wrong by doing what we just did. It's just that it's just hard to control. Once they go to seed, they could spread like new ones into your garden. That's why it doesn't seem like you're doing a good job. That's why I would like to follow up with you on this particular area to see how many new ones have popped up. Now again, I could get other ones that came from seed dispersion, but I think in a month, I think we should be able to see if I had done a great job here, and I don't think we would have seed dispersion by then. I could be wrong. So we will let all of this dry up to make sure that we're not going to get any more oxalis growing out of there, and then we'll put the soil back. So this is also an experiment to see if we are going to be getting any growth from here. All right, I am in the shade right now, and I guess there's a blower going on in the background, so hopefully you don't hear it too badly. So I hope you have learned about the oxalis weed better, how it grows, how it spreads, and what tool that you can use to help pull it out better. I would not recommend hand pulling it because, as you saw, it's not going to get all of it out. You need to use some kind of hand tool, and a hand trowel by far, just based on my experience, is the best one to use. I would say that you just need one tool to pull this weed out better, and just know that pulling at one time may not get all of it out. As you saw, I'm pretty sure I left some roots still intact somewhere, or some of them just fell off from the soil. And we will see together whether what I have done today was good enough to keep those underground rhizomes at bay from producing more oxalis plants, and also, with the runners, the stolons. So I guess, if you have a smaller garden, more controlled garden, just make sure that you stay on top of this weed, especially when you see them in your lawn or somewhere else where they're about to produce seeds. I would make sure to nip those things in the bud so they will not spread to other areas, because they will spread a lot. Lots of seeds spreading all at one time. And just keep at it with digging them up, and hopefully no more than 2 to 3 times. I would say no more than 3 times. Hopefully you will get rid of it completely in that particular area that you have been pulling them from. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found some of it helpful. And until the next video, I hope you take care. Bye for now.